AITA 4, poisoning, housemate who ate my food without my permission and ended up in the ER. I, 19M, recently moved into a shared place and there is someone who keeps stealing my food. At first I thought it was just a mistake, but even my leftovers were being eaten. It was very clear that the person was doing it on purpose. I spoke to my housemates about how I would just prefer to be asked first, but they were nonchalant about it and none of them admitted to doing it, and I haven't caught anyone in the act, so I just tried to ignore it as it only happened every couple of days or so. A few days ago I came home from work with a carton of eggs that I found while dumpster diving and some bread. I wanted to give the eggs the water test first before eating them just to make sure that they are safe to consume, but I was too tired and went to bed early without eating. The next day I found out that one of my housemates got so sick he ended up having to go to the emergency room. My eggs were not in the fridge where I left them, but I saw the carton and shells in the trash and my bread was opened. I had a hunch that it was him because there was a possibility that the eggs had gone bad, but I was also annoyed at the fact that he helped himself to my food without asking. When he came back, I asked him if he had eaten my eggs and bread, but he denied. I then said okay, but I hope whoever ate them doesn't get as sick as you did because I found the eggs in a dumpster. His face immediately dropped and he looked visibly uncomfortable. He got angry and went from saying that he may have consumed the food by mistake as he wasn't paying attention and doesn't exactly remember, and accusing me of poisoning him. He said that it's a health hazard to bring such food in communal spaces without warning everyone first, as it's not uncommon for people in shared places to eat other people's food by mistake. He hasn't spoken to me since then and my housemates are siding with him and called me disgusting for doing that. A part of me feels like I wasn't wrong because they were my eggs that I was fully intending on eating and I didn't think I had to warn people against eating food that didn't belong to them, but I also do feel bad and guilty that he got sick. So Reddit, please tell me if I was in the wrong. Edit, just to clarify, because I see comments that suggest that I may have done it on purpose. I didn't. I have been dumpster diving for some of my food recently, so I was fully intending on eating it just like I have been eating the food that I have been finding while dumpster diving. I try to exercise caution and thankfully it hasn't made me sick yet, but had he not eaten it, I was probably going to end up in the ER myself because I was obviously going to eat it. I didn't randomly do it just to try bait and catch whoever has been eating my food. Food poisoning is not a joke. As I said, I just moved recently and I'm just trying to get on my feet. I also understand that although I make sure to wipe my food first, ultimately it is gross to put food that came from a dumpster in a communal fridge or pantry and will not continue to do so. I will just put it in my room from now on. I got a testicle massage and it was amazing, not sexual. There's a type of massage called japkasai, which is a therapeutic massage where a woman massages your groin, inner thighs, taint, and of course, testicles. It was 14,000 yen for a 60-minute testicle massage. Here's the process. Arrive, take shower, 20 minutes spent massaging groin, taint, inner thighs, then 40 minutes of pinching and rubbing and massaging testicles and pushing energy up the shaft. To be clear again, this is not sexual, although she sometimes does rub your penis in order to move the energy from the testicles up the shaft. The first half is extremely painful. You know how there are knots in your legs, backs, etc. when you haven't gotten a proper massage in a while? Well, imagine your groin, which has probably never gotten a deep tissue massage, ever. There were actually knots in my groin area that she broke up with powerful rubbing and it almost made me cry out in pain. She broke through the knots and then moved to the ball sack. The balls massage is actually somewhat pleasurable. She's basically just massaging and kneading your balls and getting the blood to flow for 40 minutes, it doesn't really hurt that much. The results were astounding. After I got home and relaxed a bit, I checked my balls and noticed that they had increased in size by nearly 50%. They weren't in pain or swollen, I think it's just blood flow that has been improved. Also, I woke up with a raging erection this morning, felt like I was 15 again. I'm 32. I highly recommend this vitalizing therapy to people. The funniest part is that I told my girlfriend, who still lives in America but is planning to join me soon, that I was thinking about getting a ball massage and she thought it was hilarious. When I told her I actually got one, she was kind of shocked that I actually got it but laughed when I told her about the experience. Then at night, she randomly called me and said she was ultra pissed that I allowed another woman to touch me and see me naked, despite me telling her over and over again that the woman is 60 years old and that this is not a sexual massage. Women, LOL. My F25, BF, M31, stress tested me and it how to feel about it. My BF, 31, and me, 25, have lived together for 3 years and together for 4. I have worked today and decided it was time I take a shower and start getting ready as he was about to go get his hair cut. I'm on my period and like to have privacy before getting into the shower for obvious reasons. My BF does this thing where he likes to mess with me and unlock the bathroom door when I'm in the bathroom and fights to get in when I tell him I want privacy. Today was no different. I'm in the middle of trying to do girl things when he starts unlocking the door and trying to push the door open. I tell him I want privacy and he just doesn't stop. To the point where I'm standing there pants down holding to door closed, shower running, trying to keep the door locked. It sounds stupid because it is and I'm aware of that. I start getting mad because WTF is this, I told him several times to leave me alone, and he wouldn't. I legit stood there for 10 to 15 minutes cause he wouldn't stop messing with me all the while he's on the other side of the door saying, "You'll run out of stamina," and, "Why you getting mad?" I yelled, I hit the door, I started crying, I told him I knew he was just triggering me to get a reaction out of me. I finally gave up, pissed off to say the least, got my pants back on and stormed out of the bathroom. I asked him WTF are you doing and his answer was, it was a stress test. A fucking stress test. To see how I would react. Like dude. I told him that's not a stress test, that's just him purposely triggering me to get a reaction. Now I'm all pissed off and he left to get his haircut walking out the door thinking he won in some weird way of saying that I yell and get aggressive under stress and if he would want to spend the rest of his life with me knowing that. TLDR, BF stress tested me to see how I would react.